Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 20s Girls Podcast. This is a podcast for the girls in their 20s who are wanting to seek a life lived to the fullest through intention and connection. I'm Olivia. This is Meg. And this is our 1-year episode of the 20s Girls Club Podcast. Thanks for joining us. We're reflecting, very reflective today on the last year, when we started, where we are now, what we learned as little podcasters in our first year of our journey. We reflect on old episodes and have a few little tips if you also want to start a podcast. So I don't know. It's just kind of a little jam-packed little recap. So tune on in and happy 1 year. Happy 1 year of the 20s podcast.
Crazy. That's wild.
No, that is wild. I feel like it has felt at this, it's like life in general, where it feels like it wasn't this long, and then at the same time it feels like it's been like 3 years. A little bit of both at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, I don't know why, it feels like we just don't, like, this doesn't feel like a massive part of our lives, maybe.
Yeah.
Or like
it's such like a
little like drop in the bucket every week, and so it's hard to like imagine the fact that we've done this for a year. But then I think about Liv and Meg a year ago, where we were, and life was like completely different, and so that's crazy.
I know.
And it's weird to have something that's like pretty much the same, but all of life is still different. So that part's a little crazy.
Yeah, I think today our hope for this podcast is we want to kind of recap our first year. We're going to rewatch some of the clips from our first episode and just kind of reflect on it. And I don't know, maybe share some memories, maybe share some tips if you want to be a podcaster. I don't even know really what this is going to be, but welcome along as we process and document our 1 year recap.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a lot of reminiscing, reflecting, and going with the flow.
And vibes. How you doing?
Good. One thing that was funny is I was listening back to a few yesterday, and we have changed it a decent amount this year at least, or like the past 2 months. Yeah. Because we used to start every podcast with the High-Low Buffalo. Oh, yeah. When we were filming on the week to week, but now it's not always real time, so we can't do High-Low Buffalo. But I do miss it a little bit.
Okay, what's your high?
I feel like it was fun. I didn't even think about that though.
No, that's valid. Actually, can I say something random?
Yeah.
Like a buffalo. So we were running this High-Low Buffalo for a while, and if you were with us from the start of the podcast, or if you know us personally, we started this podcast because we didn't exactly know what we wanted to do with this little platform that we had from our old online store that we had for about 5 years that we opened in 2020. So we decided to start the podcast to kind of document our life and document our journey of being in our 20s as we try to figure out what the heck we're trying to do with this. So we really had no idea what we were doing when we first started the podcast a year ago. We just knew that we wanted to get the ball rolling, because that's one of the things that we learned in our 20s is it's better to just do something than to do nothing at all and like never begin. So that's what we did. We began, which proud of us.
I know. I am too.
Sometimes, guys, it's actually just in full transparency, sometimes creating things when you're not ready and you don't fully have like the exact vision, it can be very vulnerable because you just literally don't know what you're doing. And so you put yourselves out there and you do the podcast and then you listen back and you're like, dang, I'm actually not that good at that at all. And so in a lot of ways in the moment, it can feel really hard and just like, this sucks. I wish that I could, at least this is for me. I'm like Enneagram 3 achiever. So I just wish I could be better. Like I wish I was like flawless at what I did, or at least good. Like I don't need to be perfect, but I just need to be good at what I do.
Yeah.
And so, so, you know, that part kind of is a bummer sometimes for a girl like me, but at the same time, it's so sweet to look back and be like, dang, I am proud of you for just doing the thing, even though you didn't have it all together. But I guess the reason why I shared this is because a funny story about us in this whole year is we've been trying to figure so much out, where we have like changed our name from like Shop 20s and whatever, that was our old name, and now we're 20s Girls Club, and we kind of went through this rebrand, and we've been trying to figure out a lot out. And as we were working through our rebrand, we thought, oh, how cute it would be to have a little animal mascot.
Oh, I see where this is going now.
I thought, oh my gosh, that'd be so cute to have a little animal mascot. And in my head, I was just like so inspired by the Labubu at the time. That was a moment. And I was like, it would be so cute if we had cute little keychains with a cute little animal on it. What could be our animal? And the only animal that came to mind was a buffalo, because we always said, I love buffalo. So we literally made this like graphic of a buffalo, and we were trying to somehow utilize it in our brand. And I was looking back at it yesterday, and I was like, oh no, I cannot believe that we considered using this buffalo.
It's a little spooky.
It's a little spooky. It just has something about it that just feels off. But
Yeah.
I think it's just funny when you're in process with stuff like this, like the different creative like trails you can go down.
Yeah.
It's just goofy.
Which it is just like the creative process, it feels like.
It is
just funny, where you're like, what the heck are we thinking?
What the
Or
heck are
sometimes
we
you just
thinking?
do stuff and then you're like, wait, why did we do that?
Yeah.
That did not make any sense.
But at the same
that's-
time, it's heartwarming.
It is.
And I don't know, I have a lot of appreciation for us, our old versions of self that decided to do things even when we weren't ready. So
Yep. No.
But here we are.
Here we are. That is a good buffalo. I don't think I want to go through high-low
Oh,
buffaloes.
that's that's really valid.
I don't even know what's happening right now.
No, that's valid. I feel kind of disoriented this morning, and full transparency. I'm like house sitting right now, and I just feel like I'm like not in my flow state in any regard. And I'm like, who am I? What am I doing?
Yeah, it checks out.
You know, when you're not in routine, it can just kind of shake your world a little bit. But
Not quite grounded.
anyways, but let's dive into 1 year of the podcast. I guess let's start with this. What was your favorite episode of the year?
Oh, man. This is tough. I feel like I wrote a few down that stood out. I will say that I feel like I like a few different ones for a few different reasons, but the 10 Tough Cookies, our very first episode, even though it's slightly clunky because we had never done a podcast before, we didn't know what we were doing, we're a little like rigid with it. I feel like it did set the tone well, where when I listen back to it, I'm like, yeah, that is what we're trying to do. Like, even if in the moment we just kind of were like, I think this is what we want to do, listening back, it's like, yes, that is still the mission. That is still the heart. These 10 tough cookies are very real things that you experience in your 20s and that are challenges in our 20s. And so I appreciate that. And I'm kind of inspired by that of we should probably just go back through and pick a few of those topics to dive into further.
I know. I listened to the first like 5-10 minutes yesterday, and there was a topic that was brought up that we were like, oh, we definitely want to talk about this. And we didn't talk about it. And I was like, we need to talk about that. So in year 2, we'll get there.
We'll get to the 10 tough cookies. But I did like that one. And I think it was just, I don't know, it was the very first one. So it was just fun to look back on. But the most fun one was for sure the mukbang.
Oh, mukbang was wild.
And it just is like, it has some very funny, goofy moments. And we started so high and we ended so low.
I need to watch
like,
that.
Just absolutely dead. And so
Yeah.
I personally think it was hilarious.
I need to go back and watch. I was telling Meg this week we were having a little heart-to-heart, and I was telling her how I've been kind of, I don't know how I got on the journey of stalking my own Instagram, but I have been. And I'm just so inspired by like these old versions of us where I think I could find like my whole Pinterest mood board just right on our own feeds.
Yeah, that's so fair.
Where I'm like, there's, I think, a lot of inspiration. We just need to look within, you know?
Wow.
We don't need to look,
good.
we don't need to
Without-
look everywhere else, just like different versions of us. I
Yeah.
think we can pull a lot of ideas for future podcasts from, because we can kind of go back to that place of,
That's a good idea,
Right when I was
actually.
post-grad, what were we doing? And then like I'm looking back through photos and I'm just being reminded of all the memories, the good, the bad, the struggles, all the things. And so
That would be a good
I'm
practice for
very
us to
inspired
do.
for some new content from old versions of Meg and Liv.
That's really fun. I need to look back on that.
Can I tell you what my favorite episode I think was, or one of them? I really like doing the Get Ready With Me.
That one I also really enjoyed.
to the
fun.
point where I think I want to do another one.
I'm down.
I feel like I'm in the mood. I think I just like having something to do while we podcast.
Yeah.
Because, you know, us, we're just a little all over
Fidgety
the place. We're just a
girls.
little squirmy wormies. So I really love that one.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Organic Valley one was pretty fun.
It was.
Just being with the cows was awesome. And I think it's inspiring too of we definitely could just like take our podcast equipment on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. We
Like-
definitely are pretty mobile.
We should lean into that. You know what I mean? Like we need to sit in the grass.
Yeah, we just podcast outside once it warms up.
Yes. I just think that would be really good for us.
Yeah.
So
No, that's a great idea.
what is one thing about podcasting that you find the most challenging?
Probably two things. I think that not having any feedback is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard not having any like facial expressions or noises.
you and me, pal.
Like it's just us in a quiet room. And so I think that was very hard
Yeah.
at first, was to like get into the flow and be okay with no feedback. But I'd say that's still like hard, where feedback is helpful and you want to know that what you're doing is like making
So
a
leave
difference.
us 5 stars and give us a comment and DM us.
And
please.
that it's like worth it, I guess, to a degree. And so I think that's something I was processing through, where like it really is just a surrender of like, okay, we feel like God has prompted us to do this and we haven't been released from not doing it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep doing it even if we don't get any of the like reward or know that there is like, I don't know,
Yeah.
good
It's like
behind
so
it.
easy for us to plan an event and show up to an event and then be surrounded by all you awesome girlies, and like it's so easy and so energizing, and we just are fueled by people, and then just sitting behind this little mic, it's like man.
But I think it's good. Like I think it's like a good like heart thing and a good challenge. So
Yeah. Other hard thing about podcasting. I'm going to talk about our biggest struggles as podcasters. And then if any of you guys have a solution for us, you can DM us. We're really bad at taking our podcast content and making it into short form content.
Yeah,
Meg and I
that's tough.
have content problems, and we're trying to fix them, and we're taking active steps towards it. But we got a lot of content, and we don't have a lot of energy to execute and put it out there in other platforms. One of our biggest problems.
For sure.
Another one of our biggest problems is that we have ever-changing schedules. Finding time to podcast, that's challenging. Another thing that's challenging, not fidgeting.
It's really hard.
Another thing that's hard, watching back your own podcast.
I try not to watch it. I just try to listen to it, because watching it is tough. We're working on that as well, where the one that kills me is, if you guys watch this podcast, you definitely have noticed it, but when we're interviewing someone, Liv and I will have just like such a dead face, and we'll yawn. Like we'll yawn a lot, and I think it's a fidgeting thing more than it is like,
Am I a yawner?
you know, maybe it's just me.
No.
I don't know.
It could be me. I genuinely don't. I maybe listen to maybe 25% of our podcasts, and I never watch them unless I watch them for 5 minutes, and then I can't handle how weird my face gets. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then
It's definitely better when it's the two of us, because we're bouncing back and forth. But when we're listening for a long time, we're like yawning, and I'm like, no, don't yawn. So
yes.
but we're engaged. I'm never bored.
Oh,
And
never
so
bored. Never
it just
bored.
comes across not always the best. Yeah. The other hard thing about podcasting is, well, this is just a more logistics thing, and this is not like complaining. It's just like you're figuring out how to do a new thing. So it just can be challenging, where at first I was trying to figure out how to edit everything and how to use all of this equipment.
Yeah.
And still make mistakes sometimes, which when you make a mistake while you're filming is pretty brutal in the editing process then, because if one mic is off, it just like messes everything up and takes forever.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I didn't realize you could sync audio with video automatically. And there's definitely probably like 3 podcasts we have where if you watch it, the video and audio are not synced and it looks
Amateur
funny.
hour.
So
Welcome to Amateur Hour. So happy to have you.
yeah, so we've grown a lot through like the logistics of it, where I remember one, I didn't cut the audio at the very beginning, so it was like 10 seconds of dead silence. And that one was not good.
It happens. Can I talk about my dreams for the podcast?
Yeah. I want to hear them.
They're simple. Okay. First one, 2 cameras.
Yes.
Beep, bop, separate cameras, somehow cut them. I don't want it to be like so much more work though. I want to figure out how to do 2 cameras with not a lot of work.
It's easy in Final Cut Pro.
Did you purchase that?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I
Wonderful.
still need to like really learn how to use it, but that is a possibility. So
Okay. That's something I want to do. I want a small monitor. We're going to figure that out.
yes, small monitor.
So that we can see what you guys are seeing. You know what I mean? Because I need some self-awareness. Next thing for the podcast. I actually don't know. If we did those 2 things this year, I'd feel pretty good. You know, keep the vibes going, keep the momentum going, try to engage our audience more to like continue to send in ideas and figure out how to be more collaborative with you guys, even though this is just like a one-way podcast. Like we've thought about ideas of like calling people on to the podcast or having people like send in mail or stuff like that so that we can like live time kind of react to your questions about being in your 20s. So stuff like that would be really cool.
I still like the mail idea. Something about getting physical mail and having that would be fun.
Yeah, we need to get a little mail train going.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, I think just wanting to get into like even more, not controversial topics, but like just, you know, really just give the people what they want. Like if you want
the real,
this is just our little bubble of the internet where we can just shoot the poo. So I don't know. Those are some of my dreams.
I like it. What's your favorite part about podcasting?
My favorite part about podcasting, you know, I have a few. One, I love it for us. It's very fun to just hop on here with my friend and whatnot. And I think it's like, I love having something to reflect and look back on.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool that we can, you know, 5-10 years from now look back and be like, oh, this is what we're going through. So kind of selfishly, I really like the documentation.
Yeah.
I also like that it does challenge me, where I feel like you have to have a few areas of your life that make you uncomfortable and that keep you vulnerable and humble. And so I think it is one of those places that I am appreciative that we're just doing this, even though it's not something where I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing this is what I'm really, really good at. But I don't know. It's nice having something that challenges me in that way. And then obviously, I think my favorite thing is knowing that there are people who are listening to it and then people who do feel connected to us because of it. And then I feel like there is a lot of friendships that are born from that and just like good conversations with people in our community who are listening and tuning in. And so I love being able to just be able to connect with girls because I'm just an extrovert at heart and just love chatting with whoever and kind of just cutting right to the chase. So I like that. Yeah. Anything else that you love?
I would definitely agree with all those things. I think it's been a really sweet gift to us this last year because it has been such a big transition year for us with becoming being roommates and then me getting married and moving out and a lot of just work and life transition. And so having something that brings us back together every week is really fun.
Yeah.
And it's fun that it like is documented as well. And we've processed a lot of life on here. And so I do love that. And I feel like it, similar to what you're saying about it being stretching, I think I like that it forces us every week to like think about our audience and think about who we're talking to and what they might be going through or what they might be struggling with. and just like trying to speak directly to them. So I think that's been very stretching.
Yeah.
But I think it's growing us as communicators and just wanting to be like just to serve this community well.
Yeah.
And so I think it's growing us in that, which is good.
Yeah, because I feel like the biggest value we can bring to people is genuinely for girls who live in like in Wisconsin or the Midwest, where there is so many voices and so many podcasts out there. But I think I love just how normal our life is.
Yep.
Because obviously we can just empathize with what you guys are all going through. And so I don't know, I feel like sometimes when I listen to other podcasts, I literally love them, but maybe sometimes there can be a lack of like connection or like relatability where I'm like, you're living quite literally a totally different life than me. Like you are
It's true.
a rich influencer in LA.
Yep.
Or in like these big cities, and like I absolutely like love listening and tuning in, and I find it very entertaining, but sometimes I'm like, we're just not the same, girl.
And that's like their job, and this isn't our job.
Yes.
And so,
But everyone has a place in a space. So if you
Yeah.
have a passion on your heart to podcast or you like desire it, I would say just go ahead and do it because you're going to learn a lot. And I know for sure that someone's going to connect with you in a way that they wouldn't be able to connect with someone else who's in this space. And so
For sure.
I get a little annoyed with people who just a little shooting it straight. I get a little annoyed when people are like, oh, everyone podcasts, everyone is an influencer, or like I don't know, when people just try to like squash people's dreams or desires or say that like things are so diluted. It's like we're all just humans, and if you have if you want to try something like this, freaking go ahead and do it. Like don't let anyone stop you from doing that. That's so.
And everyone is
silly.
so unique and has such a unique voice that even if there's thousands and thousands of podcasts,
Even if every single one of us had a
podcast, it would be different.
I know.
And so it's,
You do it, girl.
go do it.
And we'll cheer you on.
And I think one thing that was good for us to learn in the process is you really can start something, whether it's a podcast or anything new, without having everything. Like you don't need to have the best equipment. You don't need to have a studio. You don't need to have 100 of like the most perfect things to actually just start. And so we could have way better audio and way better everything, but this is just where we're at and what we can do for now, and that's okay. And that's still good. Still a good baby step.
Still good baby steps.
Yep.
So, well, let's watch a little bit of our first podcast.
This is a podcast for the girls in their 20s who are seeking a life lived to the fullest. We are having conversations that we are passionate about, from personal experiences, business, career, health, spirituality, and just some real talk. We're diving into it all. At the end of the day, we want you to feel encouraged, inspired, and connected. And so with that, I'm Liv.
And I'm Meg, and Liv and I have been best friends for almost 18 years now, which is crazy. And we've lived so much life.
I remember doing that intro like 6 times, 7 times.
We redid this part a lot.
Oh my goodness. It was so hard when we started. Now we kind of just rip it. And when we started, literally, I had to have the whole thing written down because I genuinely blanked and couldn't think.
We had note cards when we started with like everything scripted out, which you can definitely tell, which I think there's pros and cons.
There's pros. Some of
like,
it we stayed on track.
Stayed on track where this is a 25-minute podcast, which we couldn't even do that if we wanted to because we're all over the place. But we don't have scripts anymore, and I think that's okay.
I do appreciate some of the structure we had.
Yeah.
Although it's a little bit like pulling teeth.
It's a little
Lived
rigid.
so much life together, and we're just really excited to bring you along into our lives as we continue to just navigate through life in our 20s.
Yeah, we're passionate about this topic. It actually started about 4 years ago.
Our peers and friends and people older than us of what life is like in our 20s. And it's a super just unique decade of our lives where everybody's in different life seasons. There's so many changes. You're just trying to get your feet on the ground. And there's just a uniqueness of it that we feel really passionate about talking about and wanting people to feel connected in and not feel alone in navigating through life in their 20s. And so we're really excited to just continue the conversations that we're already having in our own lives, but bring them onto this podcast for all of you.
I do think, even though this was very scripted, I think we explained what we were trying to do very well.
We did. We should take notes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's what we're trying to do. We need to re-listen to this every week.
I agree. We really did hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, we didn't know, but we knew.
Exactly.
And
Which is so cool, because genuinely when we started, there was
nothing.
There was no gauge for where we were driving this ship. Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I don't know. I think this was like kind of it, and then we just jumped into the 10 tough cookies. I know in the second episode we it was funny after listening to our very first one, our guys at the time, they like roasted us for how much we said like, even though that was our most scripted one.
The 20s tell all.
The 20s tell all, where we did our first segment where it was like a like challenge between us. And it was you telling a story, and I had a prompt for you, and then you had a prompt for me.
Oh, that was on this?
That was the second one that we did. So we did High-Low Buffalo, we talked a little bit about the 20s story, and then we did the game, and I think we did one other. We did like a 20s takeaway or something like that.
I liked our topics. Change is hard. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I feel like we did have some good conversations for sure.
Bought my little beef stick.
Okay, the mukbang one is my favorite, but it's the spoons part. Where is this?
Oh, I need to watch.
I don't know why. I think it's because I'm eating such a diverse
Array
of snacks. I kind of want to throw up right now.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
I don't remember doing that.
Oh no.
We were drinking creamer.
What were we doing?
Liv literally put a drop on her spoon, and mine is a full one.
I'm gonna throw up.
Okay, let's try it. I'm scared.
Yummy. It's good. Good.
Okay, that's not the part I was thinking of.
Whoa.
We were dead at the end. It definitely has to be in the beginning where we had way more energy.
Okay.
Should I play the spoons?
Play them.
No.
That was ta-da!
Tanner will be so disappointed in me.
I thought you were gonna go like.
What is this podcast?
Wait, I'm trying to find a beat.
Maybe that is how you play the spoons.
Wait. I got it. That was a song that we learned in elementary school on the drums, and it goes, hamburger pancakes, yummy, yummy, hamburger pancakes, yummy, yo. And then you just keep repeating. Not even that's the only rhythmic thing I know.
Me trying to find the beat, I was like, wait. Where's that hamburger and pancakes?
Oh my goodness.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
I remember after we posted this one, a few of our friends messaged us and they didn't watch it. They listened to the audio and they were like, what did I just listen to? Because they couldn't see what was coming. So it would just be random, like, chaoticness. And so.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that has to be nuts. Okay, look at some of these. 5 tips for a happy home roommates 101, how to be roommates. That's probably a really good episode.
It was a really good episode, yeah. I feel like it was very practical and it was also very sappy. I know it ended with us both crying.
That's the one.
Yeah.
We talked about our summer conversation on swimsuits, body image, and how to get our eyes off of ourselves. That one must be good.
Honestly, I feel like I need to listen to that.
I know, I'm like, the girls' take on girl bossing. That has to be good. And the international summer bucket list. Intentional summer bucket list.
I wonder if we did any of the things on our summer bucket list.
Oh, yeah, we should re-listen to that. Our wedding episode, that one probably was pretty good.
I think so. I think we told some good stories on there.
Um,
I'm liking our cover photos
yeah, those
from
are
the beginning. I think they've gotten a little boring or harder to read. Which is my fault. I make the thumbnails now.
No,
Lynn used to make them.
I can help. I feel like some of them are really, really good. I think maybe it's the navy blue blending.
Bigger, yeah.
And
pink.
shorter title.
Yeah, or put it at least over us so it's bigger.
Oh, and then we did the vlog.
Yeah, the vlog, the girls' night one was fun. Dang,
1 year.
1 year. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're just still two girls figuring it out. Hopefully this year we're going to just, now that we have our feet on the ground, hopefully it'll give us some room to kind of refine what we're doing and provide a better podcast for all of you. So,
What are some topics we have coming up? What are we going to be talking about?
what are some topics that we're going to be talking about? Oh, we're going to be talking about how to be frugal. We're going to do a Frugal Girl episode at the end of this week. We're doing one on
Insecurity.
That'll be good. What else are we doing?
We're talking about like our biggest work fails. Like just stories of things that have not gone well in work.
The other one that I think we should do at the end of March is we talked about, like, at the new year we said, like, the 3-month year. So I think we should, like, touch base on how our New Year's resolutions have been going.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Be a good reset. Check in.
We have, like, a whole list. So we actually have 2 interns now, and they're so cute and adorable. And I think they're going to come onto the podcast at some point. But they're both in college, so they're giving us some young, fresh perspective to us 20s grandmas. So what were some of the other ideas we have coming up here?
They had a lot of good ideas for like college specific
Yeah.
or post-grad specific.
Yeah, we're going to do a post-grad series hopefully this year. So all about like making friends and just like the struggles of post-grad of, okay, like how do I now be a real adult? So we're going to do that.
Some adulting tips.
Yes.
Or just like how to.
We've been wanting to do a lot of adulting tips, like more stuff on finances. The other one we get tons of questions about is insurance, like what to do when you turn 26 and you're off your parents' insurance, and if you don't have insurance through your work. So we could talk about that.
Just like a practical girls. Like how to be a girl.
How to be a girl.
How to be a girl.
Literally.
A girly adult.
We have one on dealing with burnout in the pipeline, embracing all the seasons of your 20s, what's good and what's bad. One of our interns had the idea of doing one on birthdays, just like how to celebrate friends well and how to manage expectations. I thought that was interesting. Social media, that's on our list. What to wear in your 20s. We have talked about some like fashion stuff before, but we're going to talk more about that. Waiting seasons of how do we actually wait well and wait with God well. Yeah, but our inbox is open.
Yes.
You can slide into our DMs or you can send us mail.
Send us mail. We want to open the mail.
Yeah, for real. But
we had one friend send us mail.
very cute.
It was very cute.
Very cutesy. But, well, happy year 1.
Happy year 1.
Proud of us, Meg.
I am
We
too.
did it.
We did do it.
And we're going to level up. You're not going to even recognize us by
Not
the end of this
know
year.
we are. Just kidding. I think this was good. This was helpful today to reflect a little bit, to go back. I feel like there's things that we can implement from the start that are good and things we've grown through. And
I agree. I also think we can maybe expand on some of the stuff that we've talked about.
For sure.
Feeling stuck at work. We probably could dive into that more.
I do not remember what we said for our podcast called Our Honest Hot Take on Tampons.
I have zero clue either. Our favorite new salmon recipe, fooded versions, family time, and lake days.
Does not match the title of the episode.
What is that
What
episode?
the heck did we talk about? I think we spent a lot of time on High-Low Buffalo And then we'd have like just one quick thing that we talked about. And that must have been it. So,
Wow. All right. Well, like, subscribe, and follow along if you want to see what happens in year 2. And maybe, I don't know what I was going to say. So follow us along.
this is our worst outro ever.
So thanks for listening to our podcast. We're really appreciative for all of your support. The people that have encouraged us and have sent us DMs and have cheered us on along the way. We for real are so grateful for you. So thanks for supporting us. We love you guys. Yay. Bye.
Confetti.
Celebrate.